Hi everyone, is now a good time to buy? It's a very important question. It's coming across a lot of people's minds in today's housing market. And so to talk a little bit about that, I have Luisita here with us. Luisita, thank you for coming. I want to talk a little bit about yourself and what is it, how long you've been in the business.
So thank you for having me, first of all. And yes, I am a realtor. I am licensed in the Massachusetts and New Hampshire area. I work with the Fermin group, Century 21. We are the number one group for Century 21 in 2020 in the world. So we are pretty awesome. So yes, it's thank you for having me. Definitely.
Great. So I know we're going to get to talk a lot about, about this topic. As I mentioned, it's very important to know, when is a good time to buy, especially in today's market. You were talking about rates. So let's talk about rates. It's people, are kind of scared per sense because when they look at these rising rates, they don't think they can afford a house. And so what are you seeing in terms of some of your borrowers and some of the concerns when they're talking about, rates in general?
Yes, and it's something that we have to be upfront with. The realities, because I do feel there's some realtors that they want to kind of like cover it. And we can't do that as a realtor or as a lender yourself, because it is happening. And yes, rates are increasing. It could be half a point, it could be 1 point, depending on when the time you're purchasing. But so there is a concern. Yeah. But then that means that also the market's going to be balancing itself and helping those people that were trying to buy for so long and couldn't put an offer and get it accepted. You know how it was. It was literally tens of offers every week or every weekend and just getting disappointed and breaking their heart. So
yeah, absolutely. I can definitely, going off of that, we're seeing kind of a shift in the market. Rates are higher, but it means less people are coming into the market, not buying as many, as many houses. So if you've been kind of out of the scene, or if you've been trying to buy since last year, for example, and you've kind of been beat out, you're trying to put offers and still haven't found the one, I think it's a great opportunity now to go and find your property, because you're not going to go into so much competition. You also have more financing options, whereas the winners that came out last year, the one that won the bids of the property, they were putting 20% down over asking. Whereas now, less people putting in offers. We're seeing a lot more different type of financing options being accepted, FHA loans, 0% down loans. And so I think there's a lot more available now for those who still can afford and still looking to buy.
Yeah, and taking also from that, you guys and the lender side have been getting very creative. There's so many different programs even coming out. So thank you for that. So that's a different options that our buyers are having as well. So that is great. And then also you have, so let's say if you were trying to buy 6 months ago, okay, rates are a little bit higher now, but you're paying less for the same home. So, it kind of like, but you're paying you could be paying $30,000 less, even if you're paying, so that means you're putting down less down payment. Yeah. So it depends on how you look at it. And
yeah, absolutely. How does that compare to like rents that you're seeing? Like someone wants to rent versus buying, or like rents, are you seeing them being higher?
Rents are crazy all over.
That's what we're hearing, but like you're there,
and that's guaranteed that is going to be one of the things that is not going to be coming down. So even if you have and this is right up your alley, you should be the one saying this. But if you are not purchasing at a rate that you would like, and you would like it probably, a little bit lower, but then you do have the opportunity to refinance as soon as, the opportunity comes. But then if you're renting, it's not like your landlord is going to call you to tell you, so I dropped $500 from your rent. That is so not happening.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
So that is something to consider.
I'm going to steal a line that my other friend, my colleague, just said a couple of minutes ago. You marry the property and you date the rate. Yeah. Because, you can go into a high rate now, but it lowers, you can always refi down the road. Yeah, so.
I totally agree with that. I put a post on my Instagram, because there are options. And after you buy, you're starting to build your nest egg and all of that. And then there are opportunities and you can change. But when you're renting, there's literally not much you can do as a renter. It's just like, and the reality is that the rent is just going up.
Absolutely. I think a big part of that is just understanding your options, understanding your numbers, even if you can't afford necessarily a mortgage now. We're here. We do a lot of that sort of teaching and getting people to understand what they need to do to, you know, potentially down the road, a year from now, 2 years from now, build up their wealth, build up their income, build up their credit to be able to qualify, you know, for a mortgage down the road. I think it's important for people to realize it's never too late to start or never too early to start. Just knowing your option, knowing your numbers, what it is you can afford now. It's very, very important for our buyers.
And it is something that we do great, especially when you partner us as a buyer with us, Fermin Group combined with Reiki Mortgage. Like we try to work with those because you might not be a buyer for right now, but you can be a buyer in 3 months, in 6 months, and in a year. And we're here for you to explain, you know, what the steps are. How do we get to there? How do we help? So it's great that we're able to do that, combine both companies, and we're great at it. So if anyone's thinking about buying, like,
we always absolutely, we're always here to support our borrowers and our brokers, because we understand that talking about how important a broker is, to have a broker, someone represent you in, if you're a buyer, especially if you're a seller. Because in today's market where we're seeing lot of variation, a lot of different, you know, numbers. We're seeing, I don't know if you can attest to that, but some houses are coming under asking, you know, put in $20,000 under asking and being approved. So as a seller, you kind of want to have someone on your side to be able to, you know, show the value of the property and get your money's worth from that property. Great. And kind of going off of that, if you're an investor, you know, is now still a good time to buy, because investment opportunities are still becoming, even, I would say, even more popular, because there's a broader range of programs available. I was just mentioning to my other friend Hello, DSCR programs, where you can, you don't necessarily need to show any income, your own income, tax returns or anything. You just have to show the income from the property you're purchasing. So leases,
that's awesome. Oh my God.
It seems kind of crazy. It seems kind of crazy that this program exists. So if you had, you know, some people have issues on their tax returns. They just don't want to use that. It's another option, alternative for people to be able to invest and buy now.
No, definitely. So it's going to depend on the type of investment, and because let's say I have many clients that they are first-time home buyers, and they also want the property to be some sort of investment that's going to help them, you know, pay their mortgage as well. So they do it kind of like for a dual reason. If it is just as an investment, is it the best time to buy? It's going to depend on the property, what type of program you're getting, and things like that. And that's to be honest, you know, like I'm not going to say it's the best time for all cases and investing that we might encounter. So, you know, check with you guys, especially check with your lender, come here to Reiki Mortgage, and they can help you so that you can figure out, and they can tell you what the best is to do.
Especially with higher rates, a lot of investors worry, I'm paying a higher mortgage, I'm not going to be able to get the cash flow. But cash flow is very, very important. With higher rates, you know, people also charging higher rents. So, you know, you're still going to get your cash flow in there. So absolutely come to us. We can figure out the numbers. Is this property right for you? Might not be right for the program, might not be right, you know, investment opportunity. But we're always happy to help you guide you through that. So Luisita, I want to thank you so much for joining us for this quick chat here.
Of course.
And I'm sure that, you know, a lot of our listeners are going to be learning a lot from us upcoming.